Hi, my name is Dan Naegle. I teach in Department of Architecture in the College of Design. I want to talk today about the book that I've just published. It's a book that I call Naegele's Guide to the Only Good Architecture in Iowa. I've lived in Iowa for 18 years, and for many of those years, I resented living here. But looking at my photographs of the place, seeing again what I've seen, I understand the state better. I dislike immensely today's overworking of the word share, and I cringe when I hear the abusive cliche, reach out. Nevertheless, I'm leaving Iowa for good this year, and I wanted to tell others about what I like about the place as I found it and as I saw it. So what do you know about Iowa? What do you know about its architecture? What have you seen here? This book, I think, is an encouragement to see, and it employs architecture as an excuse. It's a compilation and a guide to the good architecture of Iowa. This good architecture includes not only buildings for human habitation, but also barns, billboards, landscapes, bridges, wind turbines, cemeteries, murals, silos, Quonset huts, and power plants. The guide brings together high and low architecture in a belief that each can learn from the other and that the astute tourist can learn from both. Its intention is to facilitate looking. It assumes that looking leads to thinking about, and thinking about leads one to a personal, viable theory of design of the built environment, a theory about the nature of life and living in Iowa. The selection of entries for this compendium is highly personal. It collects together those buildings that I like best, buildings that I think students of architecture, those interested in Iowa's cultural heritage, anthropologists of Iowa should see and study. My thesis, like all thesis really, is opinion, but opinion informed by years of travel, research, and careful, protracted looking, by many years of study of the architecture of Iowa, by many years of study of the architecture throughout the world. Those who would follow this guide need only consider its thesis. It makes no attempt to indoctrinate. The book groups buildings geographically, largely by automobile access, but one can regroup the entries oneself. You can regroup them into type, architect, shape, architecture the camera finds. The compendium features critical photographs of each entry, photographs that describe the work visually, but that offer analysis or poetic suggestion of the work as well. The written commentary addressing each entry does this too, offering factual documentation, but describing the work in personal terms as it exists in the mind of the author. It's intended that this juxtaposition encourage the reader to both see and to see for yourself. I did no research per se initially. I selected from the files of the photographs that I like. I seldom make photographs of things that I don't like. So this selection gave content to the book. Traveling, moving through space on the roads that Iowa gave me, offered an organization to the book. But if there were no good photographs, no matter how much I liked the architecture, it was not included in the book. Good photographs, then, are images suggesting the built works as metaphorically larger than mere facilities. Photographs that relate the works visually to larger ideas, ideas about better known famous high architecture, ideas about the authentic in building and in life, ideas about the nature of beauty, ideas about content, place, landscape, light. The photographs don't give you a look. They attempt to convince you to look and look again. Thank you.